Hi YouTube, welcome to my channel. First off, I've been gone for a minute. I haven't been posting regularly just because life has been lifing. But if you are a returning subscriber, then thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. If this is your first time here, my name is Ranisha. I started this journey a few years ago with over ooh, $500,000 worth of debt, I would say, because I had, which I still do have, a mortgage. I had a personal loan that was a lot, and then I had a lot in student loans. So I'm still on that journey. However, 2026 is coming with a lot of changes, and I'm excited and ready to embrace those changes as well. Um, so let's go ahead and hop right in. I have a little paper that I jotted down some notes on so that I wouldn't forget. But the first thing is starting in 2026. I actually got engaged on New Year's, you guys. So that's something major. Me and my spouse, we had already planned on getting married, but I didn't really care about the whole engagement and all that type of stuff because this will technically be my third marriage. My first one, it was just a very bad marriage. The second marriage, my husband at the time, he ended up passing away from lupus, and then now this is my third time. So I would say this is something that we had already talked about again. But he surprised me with an engagement ring in front of my family, and it was really, really nice. It was funny because the first thing I did, like once I looked at the ring, I asked him, I said, "Are we in debt now? Are we more in debt?" And he was like, "No," like he had been putting money aside for the ring. So that's the first good news starting off 2026. The second thing is that my fiance, his mom is she's a little older in age. She's actually 83. She lives out of state and she decided to move down here. So right now she's renting an apartment, but the plan is for us to kind of move together. Just, I know she'll feel more safer having, family around versus her just being by herself. And we want that too. However, the house that we're living in cannot accommodate like the extra people. So we are in the works of looking to purchase a new home and just rent out the home that we're in right now. So that comes with like a lot because right now interest rates are not really low. So, yeah, that's that's something else that we are dealing with right now. What else? And then the last thing is I quit my salary job for a hourly job. And I know that some people may be like, well, why did you give up for sure money for money that's, not for sure? Of course, if you don't work, you don't eat. I felt like in my position, it was an office setting, and office settings can sometimes be toxic, and I think that that's what the situation was. It was very draining, and it just made more sense to actually go out and work and do hands-on home health, which is what I currently am like doing right now. So I can actually make more money. I feel like with the salary position that I have, it was capped and it was difficult for me to make any extra money because I would have to pick up another job. However, I work Monday through Friday, and from 8 to 5. By the time I got home, it was about 6. And the drama alone made the job draining, but then the hours, it just wasn't a good match for me. So now I'm actually back out in the field, working as a nurse. And this is where I can, of course, get overtime, work as much or as little as I need to work. But I felt like with us trying to get a home, doing some overtime will definitely help speed up the process when it comes to saving down the money for a down payment. But those are the things that are happening new in my life. I still have a whole lot of debt. My spouse, he actually had a lot of debt. And if you look in previous videos, like I went over that before. But I've been working. Well, actually, I on the side I do credit repair. So he had a lot of things that were in collection. So quite a few of those things I was able to get removed off of his credit report. So the amount of debt that he actually had has went down a lot. I'm still working on it. Okay, but it's a work in progress. So as far as the debt that we have, I would say like right now our main issue is the mortgage that we have, which is a total of $273,000 that we owe. And then I have student loans, which are 59. Yeah, I think it's at 59,000 if I'm not mistaken. So that's the goal right now, to pay that off and then come up with the money for the down payment for the house. But those are the changes that are happening in 2026. So I have a lot going on top of that. Planning for a wedding. I don't want a big wedding. I do know that the last wedding that I had, we actually went into debt for that wedding, and I don't want to do that again. I honestly want something very small, very intimate, and any little extra money that I do spend, I would prefer to spend it on a honeymoon. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys really quickly and give you a life update. I know that I haven't like posted in a long time, and the plan for 2026 is to be more consistent. So hopefully I can keep up, keep up with that. But anyways, if you stayed this long, then please just consider subscribing if you haven't done so already, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.